You've decided to expedite your journey to success by partnering with an executive coach. Congratulations. Where do you begin? I invite you to think about 6 considerations, almost like a pyramid, starting with the bottom 3 that really are table stakes, such that I would say you don't need to invest in meeting with this person if these 3 are not even in place. First, credentials. I've talked about this in previous videos as well. Coaching is not a regulated profession. So there are tons of people who call themselves coaches but may not adhere to the practice of executive coaching. So it is worthwhile for you to confirm, do they have the qualifications and training to serve you in appropriate coaching context? The second part of credentials is about their own learning and development. Do they invest in their own continuous learning and development to ensure that they are both current and competent so that they can serve you in the best way possible? The second criteria is around experience. Now, 3 ways to look at experience. First, if you are a senior executive in an organization dealing with challenges, whether it's influencing the board or getting your team to work together, get rid of the silos, be innovative, does it matter to you that the coach also has had previous leadership experiences where they have experienced and overcome similar challenges that you may be experiencing right now? It is not a necessity for a coach to have that experience, but it can absolutely be an advantage. And if it's important to you, that is worth checking. The second part about experience is how many years they've invested in honing their practice of executive coaching. Now, I will never be the one to say that the years of experience equates with someone's effectiveness. But this is a skill, a very critical skill, that the longer you work on the disciplined process of coaching, the better you will get. And the third piece about experience is, again, more unique to you. Is it important to you that this person has experience of leadership at the level that you are playing or aspiring to go? That they have worked in similar or same industry? These things, only you can decide whether they're important to you. But it is important that you check the experience matches what you're hoping to accomplish in this engagement with the coach. The third piece is the absolute foundation of ethics and confidentiality. After all, executive coaching is working one-on-one in a confidential conversation with the coach. This is where you are engaging in deep reflection, experimentation, and personal accountability so that you can expedite your journey of accomplishing the goals that are important to you. How are you going to do that if you were thinking twice about, can I trust this person? That mutual trust, that mutual respect is sealed by the confidentiality of the relationship. And any ethical coach will uphold that. So how do you check these 3 considerations? I would say you can really scan that on the coach's website or on their social collateral. If, however, you did not want to spend that time, just ask them via email so that you're not spending time investing in a conversation with someone who hasn't even met these 3 basic criteria. The next 3 considerations do require more time and energy investment from you. So ideally, you want to set up an interview with a coach or leverage if they offer a complimentary, no strings attached, no sales pitch coaching session where you can evaluate for yourself how the coach performs across these 3 R's: rapport, results, and return on investment. The first thing is rapport. As I've said before, the magic or the power of coaching is in the coaching relationship, never in the coach. And that coaching relationship is really contingent on the rapport that you establish with the coach. Now, what is rapport? You can call it chemistry. How will you know that you have a rapport with a coach? Well, part of it is gut feeling. You will know, trust that judgment. You are equipped enough to get the feeling of, is this someone I like to talk to? Do I feel listened to? Do I feel safe to express myself, and that the person is going to respect that and at the same time challenge me where I need to grow? If you're worried about the judgment about rapport, I have a set of 10 questions that you can download. The link is provided in the description below. So let's talk about rapport. One of the interesting things around coaching is a relatively, executive coaching especially, is a relatively new profession. So there isn't a whole lot of research, but the research so far is absolutely giving credit to the Coaching Alliance, which is how they define the relationship between the client and the coach, as a strong predictor of executive coaching success. Interestingly, counseling is not a new profession. And even though coaching is separate from counseling, what is similar in the two professions is the fact that both of them are very much contingent on one-on-one confidential conversations between a coach or a counselor and a client or a patient. And you know what's interesting? Counseling has been around since 1800s. And there are over 40 different types of psychotherapies and approaches that I know of. There was a meta-analysis done, which is a study about studies. And this study looked at 295 other studies. This was in 2018. And these 295 studies looked at 30,000 plus patients. And what they wanted to see was what was the single biggest predictor of the success of the counseling, such that where the client feels my problem has been solved. I think you can guess what it was. It was the relationship between the counselor and the client, independent of what type of therapy was being used, how long the person had been in therapy, whether the therapy was being conducted in person or online. Doesn't matter which country it was happening in. It's quite remarkable, independent across age groups. So that's a very, very solid, proven fact about the power of a relationship or a dynamic and how it can influence outcomes. So I don't want you to confuse that counseling is coaching, but I think there's something to be said when you think about rapport and how important that is. Hopefully this evidence helps you realize that you want to invest in working with somebody where you can develop mutual trust and respect, and you have confidence that this person is going to help expedite you to the success you want. Next is results. What results has the coach been able to facilitate for other coaching clients? Especially clients who had similar problems that they were trying to overcome or aspirational goals as you. So for example, if you are looking for upward mobility in the organization where you work, has a coach worked with similar people and were they able to successfully land the type of positions they wanted? That's one example. The other piece besides result is the return on investment. Coaching is a big investment both of time and money and energy. So you want to work with a coach to explore what can you expect will be the return on your investment. Few ideas that the coach may share are some pre and post assessments demonstrate how you have grown or how you've addressed some of the issues, or perhaps help you evaluate the monetary value of the challenge, what it's costing you today, or the gain that you will have with the aspirational goal if you were to accomplish it. You should feel confident that this investment is absolutely going to make a return that is meaningful for you. So there you have it. Those are the 6 key considerations when you are considering hiring an executive coach. Now, of course, there are contractual, basic, logistical pieces that you should also check. What is the process that the coach uses? How long will the engagement be? What is the expected cadence of meetings? What happens in between meetings? Can you access the coach? What happens if there are changes or cancellations? How will those be handled? Things that are going to be the nitty-gritty about how you operationalize a relationship can also be significant in you determining who the right person for you is. My hope is you find someone that you feel excited to work with and you feel the possibility of what it would mean to successfully accomplish the goals that you set out at the very beginning of your coaching journey. Now, if you're interested in learning more about executive coaching or coming to my complimentary coaching session, please click the link in the description and I would be delighted to meet with you and help you figure out if coaching is the optimal solution for you to expedite your journey to success. Thank you and keep watching. I will be sending more videos around executive coaching and hope to meet you sometime soon.